Hey everyone, welcome to this month's market update. I think what we're going to look at this month is obviously all the regular stuff that I always cover, which are the markets of Oakville, Milton, and Burlington. Um, Suffice to say, they are still rising in price, and the months of inventory is still getting lower. In Oakville, it's 1.488 is the average price. You can see over time, this is from 2017, where we had the little dip for the foreign buyers tax, and then rising interest rates over here. And then we got used to the interest rates, and we just kept on climbing through 2019 and 20 and 21, and now we're up to here. And you can see what's interesting, why we are climbing is that there's more demand than there is inventory. This is months of inventory. It is declining steadily. This little spike here was our first lockdown, so pay very little attention to that. It has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Keep on going down here, and we are at less than 1 month of supply, which is why the average prices are still so very high. Burlington, same thing. Average price goes up, months of inventory goes down. Now we're at a million, and just under 1.1 million for average price in Burlington. And Milton, same thing. Months of inventory has decreased steadily. The average prices have increased steadily. What you read in Globe and Mail and all these other news publications, they're very fixated on sales volume. And so they will, every time you see this little dip in volume, they're happy to report that the real estate market is cooling or softening. But really, that is not the case. Why we have less volume isn't because there's any less buyers. It's because we have less houses to sell. So take that with a grain of salt when you read about those things. What I wanted to talk about are the campaign promises from the Liberals to help us out here. One thing that I am very convinced of is that the only way that we're going to have any kind of affordable housing is if we have more supply, which will in turn reduce prices. But I don't think that any of these campaign promises is going to get us there. They're promising some new rent-to-own program, which you can rent to own. You've been able to rent to own for several years through various mortgage companies that have super high interest rates, and nobody wants to do that really. Tax-free home savings account. They're promising to let you put in a $40,000 maximum interest-free account, kind of like a TFSA, but to help you buy a house. Just wanted to point out that an entry-level townhouse today is over $1 million, and that 40,000 is not really going to put much of a dent in it, but it's helpful nonetheless. So thanks for that. First-time homebuyers incentive. They're planning on doubling that incentive, which would take it, I think, from like 4,000 to 10,000 or 5,000 to 10,000. Great. Will not reduce prices. And number 6, they're talking about building more housing. Now that will hopefully have an effect, but I don't think they're building enough houses for it to have any effect of cooling pricing. They're planning on building 1 million homes across Canada in 4 years, and that is not nearly enough to get us to a balanced market territory. They're also planning on banning blind bidding, which is actually quite welcomed by me. I hope they do, and I hope they do it soon. I think that it would take away a lot of the murkiness surrounding bidding wars, and it would be nice to be able to see what somebody else is willing to pay so you don't feel so bad about paying as much as you need to pay to buy the house. But it's still not going to increase the supply, and so it's still not going to decrease prices. So sadly, I don't think any of this is going to help in making prices more affordable. However, we are expecting some interest rate increases in April, May, but I don't think that they're going to be increasing enough to have any real impact on prices. So after all that long-windedness, my advice remains that the sooner you buy, the less you'll pay. Give me a call if you want to talk about any of this. 905-399-4269. Thanks. Bye.